4 races in 4 days, a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. That's the Dopey Challenge, and Juliana and I were determined to complete it. And if that wasn't crazy enough, I added on the additional task of stopping at all the official Photopass stops along the way. There would be a lot of obstacles on the journey, training to run the distances, including running our first marathon.
Mustang, just gotta keep going.
Long lines at character stops, cold and rainy weather, and of course, the dreaded balloon ladies. But no matter what happened, we were going to make Disney Marathon Weekend 2025 an event to remember. Disney Marathon Weekend and our Dopey Challenge started at the Expo on Wednesday. Head to the wide world of sports.
We have number 65 to get into the merch, so it's going to be a couple hours until we get in to go buy some merchandise. So we're going to walk around and look at the photo stops outside with all the different races. Time to go pick up our bibs.
We waited in the long lines for merchandise and for our bibs, but we finally got our stuff and headed back to the hotel.
This is all the stuff that we brought for the hotel room.
Right. So how should I do this? All the way across or just on the corners?
I think just on the corners.
Just on the corners?
Yeah, because that's where it breaks, is on the corners.
I was a little nervous because the Disney Proof of Time was due back in June, 6 months before Dopey was even going to happen, and I had a slower time than I had to submit for that date, so I was put in Corral B. So I was a little worried about how long the lines were going to be for the characters in order for me to accomplish my goal.
All right. Bib taped. Got both holes, so it won't go anywhere. Gotta do the back one.
And then it was Thursday morning, time for the 5K.
Just pulled in the Epcot parking lot. It is 3:20. We're just sitting in the car a little bit waiting to warm up before we go out and get into the corrals and breathe our butts off.
The weather for Dopey was crazy, with 3 of the 4 days being absolutely freezing.
Temperature right now is 40. It's supposed to get to 39 over the next 2 hours and then start warming up. So it still isn't the coldest it is yet. So pretty cold, but today's only the 5K, so we're dressed nice and warm and should have all the fun with it.
3, 2, 1, go!
The corral placement for the 5K and 10K is based on the honor system, so we were placed in Corral D, but I wasn't too worried about the 5K because there aren't any balloon ladies and they don't really sweep you, so I think we had plenty of time to do all the photos for the 5K.
We have to let's go!
And after months of training, it was time to start the 5K.
Hello, goodbye, we will see you at the finish.
Warming up already.
You say
Starting the 5K. Right now, the Hippo's winning. Our costumes for the 5K were Ben Alligator, a magical broom, and Sorcerer Mickey. We didn't know that 30s and 40s animated movies were kind of the theme of the race for the 5K, but it ended up being a nice coincidence because we were able to take a selfie with the Fantasia poster that they had along the path. All right, we're out in the 5K. Now, 500 meters in.
Caution, course narrows ahead.
Making our way around. Test track.
Caution,
We're ready to enter the park. Waiting in line for photo op. Of course, starting in Corral D meant that there was going to be a long line at that first character stop, which was Director Mickey. After the photo with Mickey, I decided to run ahead to get further in line and have my sister and Juliana catch up. Well, I lost the hippo. I was running ahead and I dropped it. We got some photos with it, so that's good, but half the race won't have any pictures of it. Photo 2 was the hag from Snow White. Alright, we got the hag from Snow White. Now we're in line in Italy for Pinocchio. This line's not as long. Alright, in line for another character. We got this set of characters in the middle. And we've made it to Spaceship Earth. Waiting in line for our photo. And we're coming up on the finish line. 1 hour and 50 minutes 5K. You got all the characters. Gonna go back to the hotel now, get warm and eat something today, then go to bed, and do it all again tomorrow with the 10K. So let's have some fun tomorrow. Alright, day 2, 10K day. Another bright early day. It's 3 a.m. We're heading to the Epcot parking lot to go and check our stuff and then get in the corrals. We're in D today, and in the 10K they actually have balloon leagues at Sweetia, so in order to do my get every character photo stop on each of the races, I have to try to get them as close to the front of the tee as possible to have a chance of getting all the characters.
I need to challenge in a 10K, so let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go!
The 10K was next, and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers were ready to take on the Dopey photo challenge. It was a nice surprise to see Clarice the Chipmunk as the first photo on the course. We lined for the second character, but this line's taking forever. We had the first hiccup at the 10K when we got to the Three Little Pigs and they were doing a character changeover. Normally the characters come right out and they'll switch like once they get into the trailer or into the tent, then the next one comes right out. But it took about 8 or 10 minutes for the new characters to come out and for us to be able to take our photo with the Three Little Pigs. Next up on the course was the Mad Hatter, and that line moved really quickly. Character number 3. The next 2 characters were Chicken Little and then the Tweedles. Character number 5, which I got in line for and took photos with. I have some footage here of the Tweedle line. However, we never got our photos from Run Disney. So if you are planning to take photos with some of the characters at the Photopass and you really want to make sure that you get that photo of a specific character, make sure you give them your phone so they can also take photos with it as well. Character 6, Sleeping Beauty, Fairy Godmothers. The lines for the 10K kept getting longer and longer as the race went on. Either the characters were better or people were more confident that they had enough buffer between the balloon ladies, so more people got in line to take photos with the characters. Character number 7. Oh, there's Julia. Character number 7, Captain Hook and Tree. Alright, Dopey, character 8. Waiting in line for Donald, this is character 5.
Made it.
And after Donald, we sped up to catch up with my sister, who was already at the Spaceship Earth Photopass picture. Alright, caught up with my sister. This is the 10th photo stop, and this is the Spaceship Earth photo. Peter Pan. Then past the chorus, 6-mile marker, and across the finish line. Coming up on the end. coming up to the finish line
Cheers,
for the 10K. Later that day, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that we had missed one of the characters, the Cinderella mice. Either they were doing a changeover or they were around the corner in the bus area and I didn't see them as I was heading towards the Tweedles. So unfortunately, my perfect Photopass picture challenge had come to an end. I do have a photo with the Cinderella mice from Wine and Dine, however, it's not the same as completing it all for the Dopey challenge. However, I was still determined to get as many of the photos as I possibly could for the half marathon and marathon that were coming up.
Day 3, half marathon. Heading from parking to security.
Then it was Saturday morning and time for the half marathon, the first race where we'd actually leave Epcot property and head to Magic Kingdom. We were headed towards the corrals and then the rains came.
Walking the bee corral in the rain. It's like a mist coming down.
Raining.
It started off as a light mist and turned into a downpour. It rained for pretty much the whole time we were waiting in the corrals. However, the rains let up for the national anthem and the first people being let off in the corrals.
And the rocket track there, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Let's go! 3, 2, 1, go!
The theme for the half marathon was 60s and 70s, which meant there was going to be a lot of my favorite characters from 101 Dalmatians, Robin Hood, and Jungle Book. After 5.5 or so miles, we made it to Magic Kingdom and I finally got to experience running down Main Street. It's a magical experience running down Main Street with all the screaming crowds, and then you turn the corner and you see the castle. It's something every Run Disney fan should experience at least once in their life. With a new course through the park, we got to spend a lot of time in Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrow World. Halfway, and waiting in line for Mickey and Minnie. After lots of character photos and one in front of the castle, it was time to head back to Epcot. Heading back to Epcot.
That's the first Tinkerbell I've seen today.
I think you're right. I think it's the first.
The whole commitment, I love it, I love it, I love it. Hey, Donald, let's go.
Final 12 segment. On the way back into Epcot, I missed my second character, Miko. Miko was at the same location as the Cinderella mice, so I didn't see it as I was rounding the corner. And I was filming some video to show you the crowds as you were entering, passing the bus drop-off area, and I did a high five, but I didn't see the character to the right. However, when I went back later to cheer on Juliana as she was getting ready to enter Epcot, That's when I noticed that Miko was there, so I texted her to make sure that she saw it because she really wanted that photo with Miko, and she got it. So between the two of us, we got all the photos for the half marathon. About to leave Epcot, head towards the finish line. Darkwing Duck was the last character photo stop, then you had the course, the 13-mile marker, and then across the finish line.
Cheers!
Mile 13, missing its 13 now. And even though we had completed 3 full races in 3 days, we were technically only halfway through the Dopey challenge. We still had our first full marathon to go.
Day 4.
2:40 in the morning for the marathon.
How do you feel?
Feel pretty good. I got 6.5 hours of sleep. Tired, my legs hurt from the past 3 days, but I think I'm carved up and ready to go.
Sunday morning for the marathon was back to freezing weather, but at least it wasn't raining. While I was waiting in Corral B, I saw jogging Jack Sparrow, and then it was time to start the race.
3, 2, 1, go!
First real long line. The first few characters for the marathon had a lot fewer people. That is until I got to Beauty and the Beast. After I got into Epcot and I got to Morocco, they had cut off the line for Abu because they were going to do a character change and they weren't sure how long it was going to take. So I didn't end up stopping for that one because I wasn't sure about timing and everything. However, Juliana was able to get Abu when she went by. The marathon also had more character stops that didn't have Photopass people, so you had to use your own phone, like the selfie with Rafiki. While I was waiting in line for Goofy and Powerline Max, I noticed the steam coming off of all the people in line, so I held up my arm to look at the steam coming off my arm. You could tell it was definitely cold outside. There are a lot of peaceful moments on the 26-mile course between the excitement of the characters in the parks, like running in the glow of the morning moon.
On the road to Magic Kingdom.
Or passing by the light parade set up along the path of the Seven Seas Lagoon. The feeling of anticipation was even more magical heading toward Magic Kingdom the second time, knowing what was in store from the crowds as you turn down Main Street and head toward Cinderella's castle.
Going to Adventureland.
13. Sun's starting to come up a little bit. Almost there. There was a Star Wars themed area on the way to Animal Kingdom with lots of Star Wars characters and some smoke and lighting effects. I didn't film it at the nighttime when I ran through it, however Juliana did. It definitely looked better when it was dark out, but you could still see what they were trying to do even when the sun was out. One benefit of being placed in Corral B meant that I started a little bit further back for the timing, which meant that when I got to Animal Kingdom, they were just opening up, which meant we were the first ones to be able to ride Everest while we were there. All right, first train of the day. It was definitely a new experience for me riding a roller coaster in the middle of a run, especially with it being my first marathon. And even though Juliana was in Corral E, she still had plenty of time to ride Everest. After riding Everest and leaving Animal Kingdom, Juliana did pass the balloon ladies as they were entering Animal Kingdom and she was leaving. After Animal Kingdom, there was a lot of highway until you got to the Blizzard Beach parking lot, which is everyone's favorite, and then it's on to Hollywood Studios. Time for the parking lot of Blizzard Beach. Entering Hollywood Studios. At Hollywood Studios, I had plenty of time to ride Tower of Terror. Line for Tower of Terror. In the morning. And you need that extra time because they make you go through the whole queue of Tower of Terror, including the pre-show in the room when they make the lights flicker. And then Tower of Terror is kind of a long ride as well as you're waiting to go through the hotel to get your way up to the drop tower. Showed the Tower of Terror. Got 2 more miles to go. Gonna finish up this race. Almost done with the marathon. Last round through Epcot. Saying goodbye to Spaceship Earth. Less than a mile to go. As I passed by the chorus and the mile 26 marker, I couldn't help but think of our journey that brought us here. The years of training and other races along the way. Getting up in the early freezing cold and rainy weather to run a 5K, 10K, and half marathon dressed as Disney characters. All culminating in us finishing our first ever marathon. I thought I might be disappointed I didn't finish my photo challenge goal. But all the memories made along the way proved the journey was more important than the destination. And Disney Marathon Weekend 2025 was an experience we would cherish forever.